Today I am going to explain this example. Using this, I explain how to find the 5-number summary, outliers, then draw the box plot. Here are the 18 scores listed. First, the 5-number summary. What is the first step to find the 5-number summary? We should arrange our dataset in increasing order. Then we can find the minimum and the maximum. What is the next step? Next step is to find the Q2. Q2 is the median. How do we find the Q2? We consider the ordered dataset and find the middle number. Since there are 18 observations, that means n equal 18, which is an even number, we cannot find a single number for the median, but two numbers. When we have an even number of observations, how do we find the median? We consider the two numbers and get the average of these two numbers, the middle two numbers. Here it is 23, but this median, this 23, that's the median, it is not in the dataset. This 23 is the average of two numbers. Right. Next step, to find the Q1. How do we find the Q1? As I explained in a previous video, to find the Q1, we should consider each observations left to the median. That means we don't count the median. We know our median is 23, but it is not in the dataset. Therefore, we can consider this observation to find the Q1. The Q1 is the middle of this observation, which is 21. Then what is the next step? Find the Q3. How do we find the Q3? We consider each observation right to the median. Again, we don't count the median. Here median is 23, but this 23 is not in the data set. That is the average of two numbers. Therefore, we can consider this observation to find the Q3 and find the middle number of these observations. That is the 24. Therefore, we know now 5-number summary. What is that? Minimum, Q1, Q2, Q3 and the maximum. Now let me explain the IQR. How do we find the IQR? IQR is Q3 minus Q1. Here 24 minus 21, which is 3. That is the IQR. Next, let me explain the outliers. What are the steps for the outliers? We know we need to find the Q1 and Q3, then IQR, then we need to find the lower bound and upper bound. Each observation below the lower bound and above the upper bound are outliers, right? Okay, now let me explain this. We know already IQR, therefore we can find lower bound and upper bound. Lower bound is Q1 minus 1.5 times IQR, plug the numbers, lower bound is 16.5. Similarly, upper bound is Q3 plus 1.5 times IQR, the upper bound is here 28.5. Now, to find the outlier, let me consider the ordered dataset again and consider the upper bound first here. So upper bound is 28.5. That means no any upper bound, no any observation above the upper bound. So what is the maximum? Maximum is 25. But upper bound is 28.5, greater than the maximum. Therefore, no any outliers above the upper bound. Right. Then consider the lower bound. What is the lower bound? 16.5. It is, less than 15. Sorry, it is greater than 15 and less than 19. So you see here, there are 3 observations, 3 numbers below the lower bound. As I explained before, each numbers below the lower bound and above the upper bound are outliers. Here you see there are 3 numbers below the lower bound, therefore 3 outliers. What are those? 7, 10, 15. They are outliers. Now you need to reconsider the minimum. What was our minimum? Minimum was 7 before we found the outliers. But 7 is now outlier. Now consider this again order set. Now ignore the outlier or remove the outlier from the data set. That means we remove 7, 10, 15. Then what is the minimum number? Now minimum number is 19. Therefore, we change our minimum number to the 19 now. Now we know we have 5 number summary. Minimum is 19, Q1, Q2, Q3 and the maximum. And also we know the outliers. Now we can complete or we can draw the box plot. How do we draw the box plot? We know we need to show the outliers using like you see that yellow circles. So 7, 10, 15 they are outliers and the minimum is 19. Then Q1 is 21, Q2 is 23 or that is the median and Q3 is 24 and the maximum is 25. So this is the box plot for this example.